Homophobia is rife among teenage boys in Australia, according to a new study, leading to the kind of bullying that puts young gay people at serious risk.
There's never been a better time to be gay. Australia is one of the world's most tolerant countries. The majority supports gay marriage, and there's a cheap and steady supply of glitter. So why do LGBTI people have the highest rate of suicide of any group in the country?
From year 4 to year 7, that was the biggest time for me in my life that I had the biggest bullying experience. After that, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety.
Today's Beyond Blue survey of 300 14 to 17-year-old boys shows homophobia, discrimination and bullying are still all too common. 40% have seen people bullied for their sexuality on social media, and 60% had seen it happen firsthand, while 23% still think it's okay to call something they don't like gay.
If you're coming to terms or you're struggling with your sexuality or your gender identity, those kinds of words can be incredibly hurtful. 20%
find it hard to treat gay people equally, and as many as 40% feel anxious or uncomfortable around same-sex attracted people. Where on earth could they get that idea?
Homosexuality, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I probably feel a bit threatened.
Now, Beyond Blue's launching a major campaign to stamp out homophobia among teens once and for all.
They're going to grow up to be uncles, dads, granddads, teachers, policemen. So getting in early is exactly the right time to sort of hit that hard.
I don't want to see or hear about another kid going through the same experience I had in high school.
Micah Scott is the CEO of Minus18, which is Australia's largest network for LGBTI youth, and he joins us now. Micah, do these stats surprise you?
Look, I wish I could say that they did surprise me, but unfortunately these stats are backed up by the research over the past 10 years. The level of homophobic and transphobic abuse that young people experience each and every day is remaining largely the same, or in some cases getting worse. And to kind of give some context for that, the reasons for this is around the fact that more and more young people are feeling comfortable coming out. They're feeling comfortable expressing themselves at an earlier stage in high school. And so when you're coming out earlier in high school, there's more opportunities for homophobia and transphobia to exist.
So, Micah, the big question is, how do we stamp this out?
I think it really comes down to a change of attitude. I think we undersell young people. We kind of perpetuate them as these bullies, and all these high school students just, go around tearing each other down. We hear stories on the ground every single day of teachers and even principals using excuses like, oh, boys will be boys, or young people are just natural bullies. And I think that attitude really sucks. But in terms of what we can do, there are two main things. The first is like a top-down approach, and there are programs like Safe Schools Coalition Australia, and they do professional development and education with staff and teachers and really support them in, getting rid of homophobia and transphobia in schools. But then programs like Minus18, we support the students from the ground up. So empowering same-sex attracted and gender diverse young students, helping them feel good about themselves, and helping their straight young friends be allies and support them and stick up for them as well. And I think those two approaches, with better support from government and rolled out across the nation, have been shown to be really effective so far, and more support from those would be fantastic.
All right, Micah, thank you very much for your time and your reflections tonight.
Thank you very much.
Micah makes such a great point. I always believe in the saying of fish rots from the head, and I think we've got to lead our young people as parents and as educators to make them realise that when someone says, oh, but apparently he's gay, which is amazing, I can still hear that, and you sort of say, well, so what? What's the issue there? We've got to lead by example to show young kids that it's not the right attitude and there's no such thing as right in life. We're all equal.
Is there a generational issue?
I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Without a doubt.